Hey there, everyone. Welcome to episode 692 of the Mike from Maine show, the place where we do daily interviews with successful online entrepreneurs. This is your host, Mike Thomas, and today on the show, we have Kelly Felix on. And I just want to warn you, there is going to be some offensive language in this episode. It is definitely a topic that needs to have that in it. We're going to be talking about the Rich Jerk, which is an internet marketing product that originally came out years ago and now has been redone, remade, and remarketed. It's definitely going to be something that is very different from what you've seen before. Now, what we're going to have tomorrow when it goes live, we're going to have two different sales pages. So we're going to have one that's the R-rated, and we're going to have the other that is the PG-13. But I do want to warn you again, there is a little bit of cussing in this episode, so if that's something that you do not like, I just advise you to skip this episode and watch the next one. Let's get into it. Here's Kelly. Unfortunately, the Rich Jerk couldn't be on the show today, but we got this other guy to come on the show instead. Kelly Felix, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks, man. I tried to get him to come, but he wasn't digging it. He was too busy.
He's too busy with his chicks and his money and his private jets, right?
Yeah, all that kind of stuff. I
For,
think
for
he had a few choice words for me.
For those of you that don't know, Kelly Felix has a pretty interesting story when it comes to getting into online marketing. If you do a Google search for him, you're going to find you were on Buffy the Vampire Slayer, I believe.
Yeah.
A guy that tried to be an actor out in California, who eventually ended up getting into internet marketing. I remember you stumbled onto a page that had like hundreds of thousands or tens of thousands of hits, blew your mind, and then you started creating your own products and getting into all this. Today, I don't want to get into your story today, Kelly. I know you've told it 1,000 times. What I'm interested in is the Rich Jerk. And the reason why I'm excited about this is because when I got started in internet marketing in the early to mid 2000s, my brother and I had this running joke back and forth. He's about 4 years older than me. And I believe he sent me a link to the Rich Jerk one day, and he would make fun of me as I started making money online. He started making fun of me and calling me the Rich Jerk. And it was just a running gag with us back and forth. Who is this Rich Jerk? What is this all about? Bring us in.
So I kind of think of him as like something, a deep, dark side of me or something that never really had the chance to get out, maybe something like that. Because I am kind of known by my friends and family and stuff as like a mild-mannered type of guy, and I'm really like low key. I don't like to be the focal point of attention or anything like that. I usually don't do stuff like interviews like this or even anything like that just because I don't really like being in the spotlight. I tried to do the acting thing just to get over that.
Okay.
And
I'm
it
just like
actually,
you, by the way. It's funny. People would think that I've done over 600 interviews and I'm like some outgoing person. I'm also, it sounds like, an introvert, as
hmm
you are.
totally. Yeah, everybody in San Diego knows when they invite me to stuff, I'm most likely not going to go because I just like to be home with my kids and chill out. But yeah, so I just wanted to create something fun and something that would stand out in the crowd because I don't know, man. Internet marketing is kind of boring. I mean, for me, I just wanted to do something that would get my own attention if I saw it. So I was like, what can I do to stand out? And I could do the Frank Kern and all the other guys wearing the suits and standing up on stage and all that. But again, I don't like to be up on stage or any of that kind of stuff. I would get really nervous, and I just didn't want to do that. So I felt like I could do anything I wanted to do through this like proxy character, and I just kind of developed it and went from there. Just with it's just kind of pushing the limit and seeing how far I could go with this guy. So he's basically just my avatar.
And I was looking at the sales page for this before we jumped on,
The
and
new one.
the new one. I mean, this is pretty crazy. I think the first word, and I'm gonna try to keep this as PG-13 as we can. But the first word is the F word. One of the first words from the Rich Jerks, or RJ as you call him, from his mouth,
Oh, that's right. The first word is the F word.
and it's just like it's over the top. Like you get in there, and he's got this machine gun in his hand. I felt like I was watching what is it, Grand Theft Auto,
Oh, that's cool.
the
Yeah.
game where like the guys driving around the cars, robbing banks, like beating up hookers. Like I felt like that was the experience that I was getting into there. And I'm just like you. I'm not hypey at all. Like I always tell people, like let's bring down. Let's look at the sales pages that my guests are bringing on. Let's discuss these income claims that people have. Like they say they made $10,000 in a month. Well, how much of that was expenses? How much of that was really profit? Yada yada. So my audience, I think, is going to be shocked. They are going to be shocked when they see me recommending this product to them. And I think the reason why I feel so comfortable with doing this is because the guy behind the product, like you said, you're not a hypey guy. And also, if you look at all the success stories and the people that say that they learned how to be internet marketers or be successful from this, it's incredible. Talk to me a little bit about that, about people that have actually gone through the content and had success.
You know what's funny is I probably shouldn't admit this, but man, I'm like a sensitive dude. I know I need to have a thick skin getting the feedback from some of the stuff, but when I get stories like the ones I've seen, I mean, I just did a post on Facebook, I don't know, a month or two ago, just saying basically in general, hey, has the rich jerk helped you? Let me know. And there were like hundreds of people that wrote back, and dude, I had like a tear in my eye. I was tripping out when I saw, even though I know it, it's still just so cool to see that. And it's been like big people like Ryan Moran or just like a lot of big names bought it and did cool stuff with it. And I don't know, man. It's a really cool feeling. And when I wanted to bring it back, I've been trying to bring it back for a long time because I sold it, under some strange circumstances. But people were like telling me, "Oh, it won't work again." That was yesterday's news and all that stuff. And I'm like, why wouldn't it work again? I mean, it helps so many people, and it's general psychology of telling people, "Can I cuss on here?" I don't know.
You can go for it.
Saying "F you," you're never going to be able to do anything. Obviously, people are going to try to prove that guy wrong. I mean, some are going to be like "F you, I'm out of here," but others are going to be, trying to prove him wrong, and it kind of like lights the fire under some people where they just, they've never seen anything like this, and they're being called out, and they know they're a fucking loser. Some of them, as far as being where they want to be in life, and I don't know. To me, it's just still about changing lives. It's just doing it in a way that's totally different than what everybody else does.
I mean, isn't the whole internet marketing niche in general is a pretty sketchy niche. I always try to be one of the good guys in my niche, and the rich jerk would probably tell me I'm being a pussy by doing that. Like this is rich jerk language, guys, on the show today. But I think that the way that I'm looking at your sales page right now, and I'll have the preview underneath for everyone watching. It's almost like we've got a slap in the face, just like to wake people up, and inside there's real stuff inside. So it's like you always see these sales pages out there that are just all copy. It's just all sales page, all sales, 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 and then when you open up the product, it's just nothing. Like it's the sales page is like very up to date, and it's content, like it looks like it was created now, and then you open it up and it's like an HTML page from 1998 because they don't care about what the quality is. But I'm seeing here, it's like slap you in the face, get your attention, and then real content, real stuff.
Right.
I'm looking here. Look, there's a unicorn that looks like it's farting a rainbow on the sales page here.
There's some unicorns doing some worse stuff than that.
I'm sure.
But yeah, I mean, you hit it on the head. It's a slap in the face, but then if you'll notice, like throughout the VSL, I tried to get the pacing right where it's not just full on F you the whole time. I kind of tried to humanize him a little bit, and then give a little bit of solid information in the video, and then go back to slapping people around again at the end. And I just want it to be kind of a unique experience. And you mentioned how you're a good guy and RJ might not like that. I actually think that's pretty cool. If you can stand out being a good guy, I think that's way harder because there's so many people that are doing that. And if you can stand out, like, kudos to you, man. I don't know how to do that. I tried, and I guess I kind of did it with Bring the Fresh, which was a product I had for a while. I was just Kelly Felix, who I am, and I don't know if that would have worked if I didn't already have like a little bit of notoriety for the rich jerk thing. You know, I don't know how to stand out being a good guy from scratch. I guess the best thing you can do is just keep giving solid information and solid results, solid case studies, and eventually people are going to come and enjoy it. But I like to have fun too and entertain people. And I want it to be, like I said, an experience and entertaining. And even in the product itself, it's not all just teaching. It's like within the teaching, there's RJ still makes a lot of cameo appearances that I think people are going to like. Like right in the middle of a video, he'll say some interesting things to you.
And it's about that experience because when people buy online courses, it's not just about buying the content. People want to go through something and have that rich jerk experience where it's not going to be just like a boring over the shoulder screencast or a PDF guide that you're just going to start like how many of these courses out there do people buy and they never actually consume them? I hear numbers of 80% or whatever. I don't know how true that is. The number I hear the people that will buy and never even open the product that they purchase. So in
Isn't that
essence,
crazy?
it is
That's
crazy. And in essence, this is like saying, okay, let's get people to actually consume the content, and even if we have to kind of make it a little bit crazier and a little bit over the top and a lot over the top, at least we can get them to go through the content and perhaps change their lives.
that's really interesting that you brought that up because my friend Rob Jones had a plugin that was really successful, a WordPress plugin, and he told me he can check the stats. Only 5% even activated it, and that's insane. And I definitely am not here for a cash grab and then fuck you. I want people to go through the whole course and really digest it and see, there's so many different modules of things that could potentially interest them. It's not just like, here's a million modules of SEO, have a good time. There's all these other things that they could, maybe they'll like this guy who's training on Facebook. Maybe they'll like, because I set it up as RJ's advisors, and there's like 5 or 6 guys in there just teaching everything they know. And, I had them do stuff that they were not even comfortable with sharing. But I think that's the best stuff. And I think when somebody comes in, one of these guys is going to resonate with them. And then there's the whole community aspect with like the forum. Well, it's a Facebook group now, but I think people are going to be in there. And what's interesting is I remember still Ryan Moran got his start with the Rich Jerk. He says it was what he had $300 and was living with his parents or whatever. And he was the most active person in the Rich Jerk forum. And I heard from so many people the forum was the best thing for them because they made so many connections. And then the Playboy party, people made like 7, 8 figure deals there. They partners, Annex and Gall, and all these big people were kind of just getting started back then, and they did all these partnerships, and it ended up being very lucrative for people. So, I mean, the community aspect is a big part of it, I think.
The names that you're mentioning there, I also want to say, and it brings us back to the slap in the face of going on the Rich Jerk sales page and then bringing you back down to reality. These aren't the hypey guru type guys that we all want to stay away from. We all have seen the sales pages that are just like yours, but without any. I mean, and I'll say that actually as I go down the page, it actually starts to become a little bit less rich jerky. I don't know if if you did that on purpose, but it starts to become less like yacht money, pools, girls, to okay, here's what's actually inside. Part one, you've
Right.
got it's taught by a dangerous black guy named Donnie, who has he's talking. I mean, he actually teaches stuff. 2 multi-6-figure live case study sites with over 4,000 keyword rankings. So it's not just selling the dream. It's the dream with some content back here. What's this one say? Taught by an Asian guy named Pyong who pronounces Cadillac like Cadillac. So
Yeah,
it's that mixture. It's
I
that
had to get
mixture.
those guys. I had to make sure those guys were cool with some of this stuff. They were. Yeah, it was interesting.
Did they laugh? Did they laugh when
Yeah,
you showed it?
Pyong was like, "Do I really say it like that?" I'm like, "No, dude, but RJ is a racist, so you know."
And that's interesting. Like I feel like for you to did you write any of this copy or is this did you just hand this off to someone else? Like how
Oh,
did that work?
I always write all my own stuff. I would never let anybody else write it.
So you just kind of sit there like are you just trying to get into RJ's head and just be the most obnoxious like I have money and you don't. And I'm going to ask you, Kelly, like you are wealthy. You've made your money online. You mentioned before you don't need to launch this. Like you're fine without putting out a product like this. Do you think that some of us that have made money online that that rings that kind of hits a nerve there with us where we're like okay yeah like maybe we kind of think that way and maybe the people that are below us who aren't making money yet in rich jerks in RJ's talk maybe they're thinking like we're the rich jerks.
Yeah, I mean that kind of does make sense because when I'm, hanging out with my peers and stuff, a lot of people are venting about stupid customers and stuff like the $7 buyer who ends up taking all of your time versus the $1,000 buyer who just, commits and really goes after what he needs to do. And I think that's true, man. You can't help but kind of just think I'm better than you to some extent with some of these people, but it's not like in a way where we're just assholes and we don't care about them, We want them to succeed, but it's really frustrating. It's really frustrating for me when I get people that have the victim mentality and they're just gimme, 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 take, take, take. I'm not going to do anything myself. I'm not going to provide any value in return. In that sense, I do think they're losers, and I think that's okay. There's stereotypes out there, and people get really offended by this kind of like stereotypes that RJ talks about, like how he's black guy, he's not in a gang, and or whatever, and Pyong the way he talks, or there's stuff on there about women, and there's a few other things on there that are pretty gnarly, but on the R-rated version anyway, and I don't see it any different than like Family Guy or South Park.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what's the big deal? Stereotypes are there because they're pretty much true. Like Asian dudes are good at math. Like, what's wrong with that? Who cares? Like, it's funny. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, yeah, and I mean, Family Guy when that first came out, people were like, "What? I can't believe they say that." But it's funny, yeah, it's funny because a lot of it is true and it resonates. And let's be honest, this is going to resonate with some people, and some people are going to be watching this interview right now are going to go to the sales page, and maybe they're going to go, "We're going to have the option, we're going to have the R-rated, and we're going to have the PG-13." If you're a person that can take it, I recommend checking out the R-rated because it's definitely going to be a lesson in marketing to you. But they're going to go like, this guy's awful. I can't believe that Kelly's putting out this product. But I think the important part of it is that they're paying attention for the first time. They're waking up a little bit for this first time, and if it takes that slap in the face, if it takes the rich jerk to say, look. Like we've got the solution for you. We can help you out, but you need to actually make the commitment and to actually take some action and to do some of it. Actually, Rich Jerk makes fun. I was watching the sales video. He makes fun of people talking about taking action, but to actually get off your butt and to put the work in. Because I know that you have worked hard to get where you are. I've worked hard to get where I am. We had to start out somewhere and move our way up. It doesn't just all just happen. We had to take some initiative. If you hadn't gone out and created your first product and created something of value, which I know that you were creating and helping people. You actually, I think you went to court and stuff and got all these documents that would help people with bankruptcy was one of them, and one of them was like
Yeah.
fixing their credit. Like you didn't just sell the product to sell a product. You sold the product to help people. And I'm sure that inside the course, like that's that's the whole thing here. You help people out. You want to change their lives and make a difference. And if you have to slap them around a little bit to get them to wake up, that's fine by me. Tell me, with the course, you kind of already mentioned what's inside. You've got the different experts that you're bringing in, talking about different aspects. Really quick, can you kind of just say that again, just so people know
Yeah.
exactly what they're purchasing?
Sure. So there's a few sections. There's one section that's all about creating a site from scratch and doing SEO on it, and it goes down to the basic level of how to pick a niche, how to find profitable keywords, and all the way up to where the site that he's showing is earning 50,000 a month, and you can see the progression. And there's a guide, step by step guide and all that in each section too. But it's an SEO strategy I've never seen taught before, and it's not one of these loophole, stupid strategies that Google could just wipe out tomorrow. At least I believe, since it's been working for a few years, I just don't see the strategy not working ever. Maybe it'll get a little bit harder to do eventually if a lot of people do it, but I mean, it just kicks ass. It's just so like I've showed it to a few people, and you just see the light bulb go off, and they're like, "Oh my God, the possibilities of this are endless."
Cool.
And then the next section is from Pyong is about launch jacking. So as you could even see, like if you want to know what launch jacking is, you can just Google like Rich Jerk review, and you'll see tons of people trying to rank for that and sell you the Rich Jerk through their affiliate link. And
I do the
Pyong,
same thing with my stuff.
yeah, I mean, it's just such a easy way to make money. I think a lot of newbies can make a few $1,000s pretty quickly doing it,
Easiest way.
especially if you follow what Pyong teaches. He's done over 7 figures, and he's finished top 10 for Dan Kennedy launch jacking versus people who have lists, which is crazy. So,
Amazing.
and then the next section is John Crestani. So these are all like underground dudes that I've worked with, but they're not big names, which I think is cool. But John Crestani is the third module is about Facebook advertising, and he does 400 grand a month on Facebook consistently, and he's teaching everything he knows. And I know you probably want to know like what the upsells are and stuff. And one of his upsells is 10 done for you like ad campaigns and websites that are Facebook compliant. So you don't have to like make your own site and hey, is this going to get approved and all that. He gives you the ads to use, and you obviously could tweak them. He gives you the landing pages, you can tweak those, and that's one of the main upsells. And then there's Ryan Moran is teaching how to make money on Amazon because he's done, I don't know, 10 million or whatever, something crazy. And then there's Matt Trainer, who has SEO software in there, and he even threw in a cool bonus, which is everybody gets, is his blackjack system. I don't know if you know Matt, but
Yeah, I don't.
he's such a brilliant guy. He has a cool story. He went from nothing to getting the job of building Dr. Phil's website for him and he got a $500,000 contract to do it. And once he got it, he went and got HTML for Dummies, the book, so he could. So, but he's just
I own that book, by the way.
yeah, he's just a really smart dude. He figures things out. So inside, one of the things he shares besides his SEO stuff, his killer SEO software, inside the course is this blackjack system he developed. He was like the movie 21 or whatever it was called. He actually went to Vegas with this system he developed and made 1.2 million in a weekend.
Whoa.
And got blacklisted from all the casinos.
RJ would love that.
Yeah, I mean, I think people should, if anything, just do that. You know,
Just
Get-
set up a blackjack game with your friends, and you can just every weekend take all your friends' money, like RJ
just
would want.
dominate.
Yeah.
Yeah, or go get blacklisted from Atlantic City or whatever. As long as you make some money, who cares?
Yeah, yeah, why not?
So that's in there. And then let's see. Oh, the only other upsell is coaching. So, the next best thing to following these guys step by step of what to do is to be able to contact them and, have them hold your hand. There's like group sessions where you can do Q&A and all that kind of stuff. I just think that it would be stupid not to have that as an option because people are, some people are going to want hand holding and that's fine. So I think that's pretty much it. There's probably there's a lot of other bonus videos in there from like friends of mine that did cool content like Shakir Hussein and Chris Luck and a couple of other guys that people don't know that well. But it's funny, people keep logging in and I'm giving like review access to a few people and they're like, man, this is a lot of stuff in there. And I'm like, it's not done yet. I still have two more sections. And they're like, don't you think this is enough? And I just say, it's never enough. You know, I want more. I want the best I can put in there because I want every opportunity to help somebody succeed. And like I said, one of these things is going to resonate with them. And if even if it's only one video and it's like 10-second, you know, a little 10-second part of one video in the entire course that helps you make 100 grand, well, then there's nothing wrong with that.
I'm looking on the sales page and I'm looking down at the buy button, and there's some options here. There's a one payment, and then there's a three payment. It says for the one payment it says I'm in, and for the three payment it says I'm poor.
And I think it has like, uh, if you're on the R page, it might have it on both. Part of the VSL, we had I guess you're not supposed to say midget, but whatever, a little person. So I think we put a little person next to the payment plan and said you can pay in small increments or
This
something.
is yeah, it's funny, and it's I think the people that can take it as a joke and that can laugh at it are going to be the ones that can go ahead and go through it and enjoy it. I think if you don't have a sense of humor about these kind of things, you're going to have a hard time in life in general. You need to have a sense of humor. Cool, man. Kelly, thank you so much for coming on the show today. Is there anything else, anything that we missed, anything you want to mention before we wrap it up?
Let me think. I mean, I don't know. I think we pretty much covered it, and this has been fun. I like doing this. I don't know. Just take it with a grain of salt, or just take it as an opportunity to check out something that's way different. I mean, the curiosity standpoint alone is going to make a lot of people buy, and the best part about it is if you don't like it, then just get a refund. But I think it's kind of like lame to go in with a mentality of I'm going to get a refund. You should probably just commit to either coming in or not coming in. And, you know, I have 6 support reps. I have phone support 24/7. I have help desk 24/7. I mean, I'm really going all out. I put so much into this. It's the hardest I've ever worked in my entire life for the past 9 months, and I'm like so excited to see it come to fruition. So it's really cool.
I know that JV Zoo has actually made changes in their system in order to accommodate this launch. So, if I want to just tell everyone, if you go to the sales page and you see the rich jerk and it's a little bit crazy and you think it's one of these scammy sales pages, just know that it's backed by a lot of internet marketers that you trust, and it's not. I think it's also important. I know you like the rich jerk experience with this, and that's something that's special about this. But behind the rich jerk, there is Kelly Felix, who we've all seen today isn't the rich jerk, who's a normal guy who has had success online and has created a fictional character. Kelly, thank you so much for coming on, and best of luck with your launch.
Thanks for having me, man.
I hope you enjoyed the interview today with Kelly. If you are interested in picking up The Rich Jerk, you're going to want to come back tomorrow on Saturday, October 3rd. It's tentatively going to launch at noon Eastern Time. That might change. If it does, I will update the time above the interview. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow.